Shoebill, a living legend of the African wilderness. One of Africa's most unique birds, the shoebill is endemic to Central and East Africa's swamps and wetlands. They were discovered in 1850 by European scientists during their expeditions into marshy areas of Africa to the sources of the Nile. These creatures are known for their odd appearance, which we're going to talk about later on as we go through this video. Currently, shoebills are listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List. This means that they are at risk of becoming extinct, with an estimated population of only about 3,300 to 5,300 mature individuals left in the wild. Aside from their appearance, these animals have an interesting history too. So if you want to learn more about them, make sure to stick with us until the end. What is a shoebill? First and foremost, let's talk about what a shoebill is. At a glance, shoebills do not look like they are capable of being ambush predators. These birds can reach a height of up to 5 feet, have a wingspan of 8 feet, slaty blue-gray feathers, darker gray heads, a white belly, a small tuft of feathers on the back of their heads, and yellow eyes. They also have long, thin legs and big feet that are perfect for roaming in the vegetation in marshes, swamps, and wetlands. Males are typically larger and have longer bills than females, but shoebills are mostly known for their unique foot-long bill with tan and brown markings that resembles a wooden shoe. Their bills are 5 inches wide with sharp edges that enable them to forage on big prey, such as eels, tilapia, lungfish, snakes, frogs, and even baby crocodiles and Nile monitor lizards. So depending on your viewpoint, these animals can be charming as the extinct dodo, or they can be intimidating animals who can launch an assault anytime. Geographic range. Shoebills are native to Africa, especially the east-central area of the continent. Most of them are found in southern Sudan, Bangwealu Swamp of northeastern Zambia, and the wetlands of western Tanzania and northern Uganda. A smaller group can be seen in Rwanda and eastern Zaire. Habitat. As mentioned, shoebills live in vast, dense marshes and freshwater swamps. They are usually spotted in areas where there are undisturbed reed beds and papyrus. They can also be found in waters with low oxygen levels, as this enables fish to surface in the water more often, thus allowing shoebills to forage for food much more easily. When they inhabit areas with deep water, it is required to have a bed of floating vegetation. Food habits. When it comes to food habits, shoebills are mostly seen looking for food in aquatic environments. Their carnivorous diet usually comprises lungfish, catfish, tilapia, bitch ears, and water snakes. And as mentioned earlier, they may also eat frogs, lizards, turtles, mollusks, young crocodiles, and carrions. For them, the best location to look for prey is shallow water and tall vegetation for them to camouflage. This explains why they are seen in locations where there are reed beds and papyrus. There are 2 mechanisms by which shoebills stalk their prey. The first one is stand and wait, and the second one is wade and walk slowly. Shoebills are capable of being motionless for hours, so it is easy for their prey not to notice them right away. Once these birds spot prey, they apply a hunting technique called collapsing. Their head and neck stretch forward into the water, which results in them overbalancing and collapsing forward and downward. They must regain their balance and rise to their feet before performing the second collapse. However, along with the prey, they also collect a mouthful of vegetation. In order to get rid of it, they move their head from side to side while keeping a hold of their meal. Normally, their prey is decapitated before being eaten. Reproduction. Shoebills are considered fully matured when they turn 3 to 4 years old. These animals form monogamous pairs of breeding. Being solitary in nature, even the mating pairs are seen foraging on opposite sides of their territory, which is approximately 3 square kilometers. Usually, they build nests up in water or on floating vegetation. During the breeding season, shoebills are very territorial and will not hesitate to protect their nest from any predators and competitors. At the end of the rainy season, females usually lay 2 eggs. However, only the one who proves to be the strongest survives. The weaker one, unfortunately, is left to die. The good thing about shoebill parents is that both of them care for their eggs and young, from incubating and turning over the eggs using their feet or bill to egg watering. Egg watering is what an adult shoebill does to keep the egg cool. They do this by getting a mouthful of water using their bill and pouring it into the nest. In about a month, the hatching happens. Chicks are bluish-gray in color, and they also have a bill that is lighter in color. Compared to other birds, the development of shoebills is a slow process. It takes them about 60 days before their feathers are fully developed, and they fledge at about 95 days. However, they can only fly when they are around 105 to 112 days old. After fledgling, their parents will continue to feed them for about a month. Beyond this point, shoebills are completely independent. Behavior. As mentioned earlier, shoebills are very solitary animals, so you wouldn't find them in groups unless there is a shortage in food supply. So there's no option for them but to look for food in the same location. Shoebills are also known to be non-migratory, so long as there is enough food supply in their environment. However, they can also be seen making movements between nesting and feeding zones in their range. During the day, it is common to see shoebills soaring above their territory. They are also very docile with humans. In fact, they are not known to threaten humans. Instead, they will only stare right back at them. Although these animals are usually quiet, it is not uncommon to see them participating in bill clattering, which is a characteristic of true storks when greeting each other. They also practice gular fluttering, similar to dog panting, that involves vibrating the throat muscles to create heat, thus helping in regulating their body temperature. When hungry, chicks make a noise similar to hiccups. Now that you know the basic information about these living legends of the African wilderness, let me share with you some of the most interesting facts about these big birds. Number 1. Shoebills may be big in size, but they are capable of flying if they choose to. However, shoebills cannot fly frequently, and they can also not travel very far. But considering their height and weight, it's amazing how they are capable of flying in the air. Number 2. Shoebills have long toes with no webbing, thus enabling them to better balance on the swampy vegetation while foraging. In addition, they also have a translucent layer called a nictating membrane, which protects their eyes while they hunt. Number 3. Shoebills inhabit an area where there is danger almost everywhere. Illness is prevalent, predators are present, and food can be limited. So in order for them to survive, they need to be brave. That said, these birds are aggressive toward other animals. They may see smaller animals as prey, and they also will not hesitate to fight with larger animals. These birds can be seen brawling with Nile crocodiles and even with other shoebills and storks. However, even if they are brave, shoebills do not always win in a fight. Number 4. Shoebills are extremely patient animals. They can stand motionless for hours to blend with their environment while hunting for their next prey. At the right moment, they will launch and attack their prey. Number 5. Considering that they are birds and they live in the wild, shoebills are actually long-lived animals that can live up to 36 years. In fact, they can live long enough to witness 7 generations. Number 6. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, shoebills are nearing extinction with only less than 8,000 birds left in the wild. Their population continues to decline due to threats by hunters, destruction of their habitat, as well as cultural taboos, resulting in them being captured by tribes. This led to them being extinct even in some parts of Africa. And that concludes our video about Shoebill, a living legend of the African wilderness. Among all the things we talked about, what information amazed you the most? Or perhaps you have other information about these unique-looking birds that you'd want to share with us. Feel free to comment below. If you find this video helpful, make sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Feel free to share it with your family and friends whom you think might be interested in this topic. Lastly, don't forget to click the notification button as well so that you'll be notified once we upload new videos. This has been Wild Facts. Thank you for staying with us until the end, and I hope to see you again in the next video.